Then you have Delta. Delta should be on these option chains, on every option chain. If you can't put it on your option chain, then you should change to another broker because Delta is that important. It's the most important gauge you should have on your option chain that you can actually change in and out. And so today, when we break down the options chain, also known as the options table, I want you to consider what we're saying here so you can really understand it. And if certain parts you don't understand, write down your question and then present it to us. When you're looking at an option chain, you guys, you're normally going to open it up and it's going to look like this. This is how it's going to start. You're going to have these dates down the left-hand side. This is on Thinkorswim. This is on, obviously, Tasty Trade, which you're looking at now. It's on Interactive Brokers. It's some form of this, if not exactly like this. Then you're going to have down the middle, you're going to have these numbers, these days to expiration. Right? So, for example, here we have July the 17th, 2026, and then that is 39 days from now. That's why they're having that there. You can choose which time frame you want. They have what they call weekly options, where you'll see a W, and they have what you see as quarterly options, where you'll see a Q. And then if it's not a weekly or quarterly, then it's most likely a monthly option that expires on the third Friday of that month. Okay, so if we look at July the 17th and you go and you look on a calendar and you look at July the 17th, it's going to be the third Friday of that month. So before they had weeklies, and still today, the most liquidity, the best type of strikes you're going to get is usually going to be in this third week, this third expiration period. This is the main expiration period of each month. It's the third Friday. Once you open up the option chain, when you choose that, in this case, we're choosing 39 days, you're going to see the date, and then you're going to see 39 days. And then what you're going to see is calls to the left. So all of these are calls. And then to the right, you're going to see puts. All of these are puts to the right. And then this vertical area here where you see these strikes, these are the standardized strikes that are created by the exchanges, like the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the CME. The exchanges create these strikes. They can add to them. They won't change within an expiration period, but they can add to them. And so it's really important to understand what's happening on the option chain direction-wise. When you are looking up on your screen, it's actually going down on an option chain. So you have 742, 741, 740, and so forth. This is going down on an option chain. And then going up is going down on your screen. So you have 743, 744, 745, and so forth. This is going up. So on the Tasty Trade platform, it can get confusing sometimes because they recently added this arrow thing here. So you want to make sure this arrow is pointing up the way it is right now. If it's pointing down, then it's going to flip this for you and it's going to look really weird, right? Because we're accustomed to it being the opposite. But you can have it that the strikes are going up on your screen and the strikes are going down on your screen. But that's going to make things look off because most option chains, if all standard traditional option chains look like this, meaning that going up on your screen is going down and going down on your screen is going up. Okay, so you want to understand that. To continue with this option chain, I want you to understand that this at the money line here, this orange or brown horizontal line going across the Tasty Trade platform is the at the money line. Here at Dorian Trader, we consider this the baseline. We consider it the equilibrium. Everything is either going towards the at the money line or going away from at the money line. You have to start with the at the money line. You have to know where it's at. And the at the money line is the easiest thing, possibly, if not the easiest thing on the option chain to kind of understand, because it's just where the underlining or the stock is currently trading at right now. So the SPY is trading at 742.80 right here. It's jumping around. It's live. And that's basically in this area. Once you determine where the at the money line is, because it's the baseline, it's the equilibrium, that's what sets up everything else regarding the option chain, at least when it comes to being in the money and out of the money. So on the left-hand side, which is the call side, above the at the money line is the in the money area, this ITM, and below it is the out of the money area, the OTM. And then on the put side, it's the opposite. This is the OTM or the out of the money area, and then this is the in the money area. So whenever I kind of go over this, I always think about the beginning years of Dorian Trader. Back in 2018 and 2019 was basically the beginning times of Dorian Trader. And we used to meet at a building in downtown Houston once a month live. And we would put these kind of signs on the tables, and then we would put down these flyers. And on these flyers, it would have kind of basic option definitions. And it would explain things like in the money, at the money, out of the money, because we knew that that was super important for people to understand. So we wanted to give them something to go home with to study. And that document basically is it's not exact because it was a flyer, but that document basically is this that you see in here where it says beginners start here. If you jump up here and you click on where it says right here under duty grids, it has Dorian Way options definitions. Right. So this is old because we were calling ourselves Dorian Way back then. But let me show you what that looks like really quickly if we bring this up. So it's just a little sheet here of definitions. These are the things you want to understand. We even have on here intrinsic and extrinsic and things like that, terms that are harder for people to kind of understand. It's a great way to study this stuff, you guys, is to jump over here in our Discord, go into beginner start here, and go over all the videos, go over all the information in here. But this was important then, and it's important now, and it will always be important that you understand these basic terms that are just associated with option trading. You have to know these things. When you jump back to the option chain, you want to understand the at the money line, in the money, and out of the money because it's built to or attached to that first pillar. That first pillar, when you're talking about when you buy a call or put, you have a right. Well, when are you going to exercise your right? You're most likely going to exercise that right when it's in the money. And if you are the selling of a call or a put, you know you have an obligation. And so when are you most likely have to live up to that obligation? Well, that's going to, once again, be in the money. You're most likely going to have to live up to it. Nothing's 100%, but if you're going to have to live up to that obligation, it's most likely going to be in the money. And then when we're talking about probabilities as a buyer and as a seller, we understand that the seller has significant more odds in the out of the money area of the option chain. Okay? So we focus on that. When you're dealing with an option chain, you guys, you want to understand, once again, that calls are to the left and puts are to the right, and that you have these kind of titles on both sides that you can see across the top here on Tasty Trade on this call side. And then this is across the top of the put side. You're going to have the ask and the bid on every option chain. And a lot of times it's standard. You can't even change it, and you shouldn't be able to change it. So on Thinkorswim, you can't change the ask and the bid. On Tasty Trade, you can't change the ask and the bid because the ask is where you buy at, the bid is where you sell at. In between is the mid price. That's where we want to buy and sell at. It's at the mid or closest to the mid as possible. That really kind of helps us. Then you have Delta. Delta should be on these option chains, on every option chain. If you can't put it on your option chain, then you should change to another broker because Delta is that important. It's the most important gauge you should have on your option chain that you can actually change in and out. Then you have other areas that you might want to use, like open interest. Open interest is just how many options are still open under a certain strike price. And then you have things like volume, and then you have things like extrinsic. And this is what we've been showing here, or what I'm showing right now is extrinsic. This is the kind of time value that's left in an option. You want to understand that. These are important kind of gauges to understand on an option chain. And then it's so many others, like understanding the implied volatility on an option chain, the expected move, understanding what's your probability when you're buying something out of the money and when you're selling something out of the money, understand the different dynamics of the option chain when it comes to things that are just 1 point wide, 2 points wide, 5 points wide, 10 points wide, 20, 50, 100 points wide, things like that. Understand what is happening with the option chain strike wise. It's a comprehensive approach that you should take, I should say, to understanding this options chain. And so it's a lot more to it, but we're going to end it at that.